Can't put down. Can't put down.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Ooh.
That
Coming to
working?
you live from both campuses. Yeah, I hope people
Nice.
really watch. I hope people really watch this on YouTube because it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I hope so too. And even if they don't, what are you gonna do? You know?
Well, they still get to hear our lovely voices, but then when they watch on YouTube, they get to see our lovely. Like right now, if you were watching YouTube, you would see my boobs.
Ooh.
So
Welcome.
head on over to YouTube to see co-host Nick's boobs. Hey,
But
what's
if you're
going
just
on, Andy?
listening to the audio, you can just hear his boobs. Not much, Nick. How are you doing?
I just showing my boobs.
Nice.
Good to be
Nice.
back here at SlashU, this podcast that we've been doing for a little bit. You know, we talk about
Oof.
movies and other fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. You're right.
Do you
Oops.
sometimes feel like even though when we do it like like futuristic, like Zoom shit like this,
Yeah.
do you miss my smell?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just saying yes because you're my friend, or do you really mean it?
No, I really mean it. I don't smell very well though. I don't know if you know that.
I've never smelled you bad. We've known each other for a while.
I mean, I'm
We
saying
pretty
I
much
don't
when we
have.
met, we were like, let's do a podcast. Like, so I've
Yeah.
known you almost as long as we've been doing this podcast.
It was instantaneous, right? Podcast at first sight. No, I'm saying
Podcast.
I don't smell things very well.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I don't know if it's a weakness or, but Cheryl will ask, "Do you smell this?" Or is there an odor in the house? Something smell? And I'm like, I don't smell it. So I don't know. I don't smell very well.
I've read in science magazines that people like the smell of their own fart, but hate the smells of other farts.
I've read
I
that
wonder
as
why
well.
that,
I've also observed it in real life.
I wonder why that is though, you know? Like, why is it like if like we bask in our own scent, we're like, woo, but when someone else makes a tootie, it's like gross.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
Like, I
that's
feel
a
like if you love the smell of stink, you would just love
yeah.
it all.
That's an interesting thought. I don't know.
Can I also bring up something that was on my mind too, Andy?
Sure.
I feel like this could be a project you and I could take on together.
Okay.
Uh, Speaking of our friendship, how come we've never seen a documentary for on the birth of the D's nuts craze?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we
Like,
should make that.
wouldn't it be like, what if you could say like my uncle was the one that started D's nuts back in Philadelphia, back in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1976. I
So
wonder what year.
we go on a mission to uncover the origins of D's nuts.
I don't know if we have listeners outside of it's like, so it'd be a joke like this. Like someone once said, like, hey, do you know the city Batman's from? Oh, you mean Gotham? And you go, got some of these nuts in your mouth. Or, where's that one place in Africa where all the people runs and we get to see a lot of people run. Oh, can you get on
Can
these nuts?
There
Like,
you go.
so like Tijuana get on these nuts. Like, so all these nuts, see these nuts. So it's a joke that went around. I think it's still kind of popular, but
Sure.
um, I'm able really to kind of talk about this, Andy, because the movie that we're watching, that we're going to speak of today, really we probably get through it in 15 minutes.
There's not much to it. You're right. But
Can I?
I
Look,
like I like this idea though, man, of two, friends going on a journey to uncover the origins of D's nuts and where
thank
that
you.
started, how it began. We're interviewing people. People are like, "Yeah, I first heard it in 6th grade." Stuff like that. We're going down memory lane. We suddenly like uncover it's tied to like high-powered politicians and celebrities and CEOs.
Like, there's like an Illuminati thing to it too, where like we go down
Yeah.
dark holes and like, where they like eat babies and shit.
There's like we're in danger. We're actually in danger at one point during the documentary. And you
We
got
have
like the
we have
shaky
to
cam thing. Some guy's like, get that camera out of here. And we're running.
someone like someone with their face covered and like a robotic voice. He wanted to have his, appearance and voice altered. It all started back in under the yeah, that's good shit.
Yep.
See, maybe
But
we need to talk about that offline. Patent pending, you
okay.
can't take this idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's our idea. At the end of the
for
doc, it turns out it's
all
one
8
giant
listeners,
D's
you
nuts
cannot
joke. Yeah.
but seriously, SlashU presents Where Are D's Nuts?
Sure.
I can think of a better name, but we'll think of
So
a better name.
we can figure out a better title. Something like, you know, docking these nuts. I don't know. We'll think of something. So that's a good one. Anyway, yeah,
Um, this
the
is a
movie.
movie again, we've brought this up before, Andy, in our past one. Titles make the movie because the movie does not make the movie. Does that make sense?
I agree. Yeah, you need a title like this. Otherwise, folks aren't going to watch it. This is just
From
not.
2015, 1 hour, 27 minutes.
Killer Piñata.
Woo! We thought we would do
And
this for
yeah.
the, we try to I mean, I would say it's Cinco de Mayo, like we're celebrating, Mexican independence, and piñatas, were a fun party favorite, that was brought from the, Mexican birthday or I won't even say I would just say celebrations. That's at
Yeah,
least when
that's
I
true.
first heard of it. Piñata
Yeah.
does mean, candy figure.
Okay.
Um, no, it doesn't. I just what
Oh,
does piñata mean?
what does piñata mean? What does
Alexa,
it
what does
translate
piñata
to?
mean?
No, it's I don't think that Cinco de Mayo is Mexican Independence Day, though. By the way, I think that's a misunderstanding.
Oh, well, I'm also here to always learn to be educated,
Piñata
But
is a
again
decorated container, often made of blah blah blah. It actually, I was looking for originating from the Italian word pignata, meaning fragile pot. It symbolizes breaking through temptation or sin and receiving blessings, commonly used at birthday parties
oh,
and Christmas posadas. Paper mache or clay filled with candy, fruits, or toys, broken with a stick by a
fruits. God, can
blindfolded
you imagine
participant.
opening up and getting, like, fucking, like, tangerines? I mean, I guess that'd be cool, but I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of
You're like
candy.
a kid, you're all excited to get Jolly Ranchers, and instead it's a
Yeah,
shitload of
Sour Patch
apples.
Kids, it's like, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
"Here's a fucking apple. It's
Oh,
brewed." But that's interesting to learn because, I mean, I feel like this movie was, I mean, shot on an iPhone 13, um, and I think it was probably shot in 1 day. Like, I don't think it really was that
oh,
much t
the IMDb trivia says it was shot in 8 days.
wow, took
I
8
don't know
days to
why
make
or
this film.
how. Yeah. Also,
Speaking of
another tangent. Cinco
yeah.
de Mayo commemorates the Mexican army's unlikely victory over French forces at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862, often mistaken for Mexican Independence Day, which is September 16th. This date celebrates a symbolic triumph against foreign intervention, becoming a major celebration of Mexican American culture, heritage, and pride, particularly in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's celebrated more here just because it's drinking. People are like,
Right,
"Hey!" And you're like, "Arbor Day! You gotta drink some fucking beers." But
right.
this
We
is
got
I
to get
want
out the Modelos. Yeah,
speaking of
cervezas.
piñatas, uh, Jody, our manager, uh, and my lovely wife came up with this "Would you rather." I just wanna go ahead and let you know that
Okay,
before I read it.
sure.
Um, if you had 6 fluffy kittens and 1 fluffy I'm just kidding. This is it, for real. Would you rather
Okay.
be murdered by a nefarious killer in a slasher movie or eaten by a shark while swimming at your favorite beach? Either way, you die.
Well, this is the best would you rather I think that has ever been on this show.
Really? That hurts my feelings.
I just wanted to give you shit
Uh,
because you didn't write it.
but I told her because I was like, because sometimes I was sitting there, I was writing this at the lake because that's where I did my second watch.
Yeah.
And so I wanted, so I don't know. Like, I feel like because slashers like to play with you, it's not like you're just going to I mean, could you get just a machete through your gut and die right away or whatever? Shark, I feel like that would be tough.
It's true.
Would you
Like, to minimize the suffering, it's hard. Either one might you might end up suffering with either one because the shark could just bite your leg. You're not dead yet, that kind of thing.
But
Or
yeah,
you're
but
right.
either way you die, it's
Yeah,
not like you have a chance to live. So I think I'm gonna go with the
no.
slasher because I'm gonna hope that it's like I don't see him coming up on me and all of a sudden my neck's just grabbed and I'm fucking decapitated. Like I feel
Yeah,
like decapitation, even if you're alive for like 2 seconds, like you're okay.
yeah, and nobody's really been able to tell us. I think,
Right.
I would hope for, yeah, a broken neck, or a stab through the heart, something that's very fast and quick. I just feel like the shark, you're not really gonna get a quick death with a shark.
I
So,
don't think so either. I think he can play with you. Like a kitten plays
yeah.
like with a toy. So
I don't even think they're that smart about it. I think they're just like, "I'm just gonna bite this limb, then I'm gonna bite this." Yeah, I don't know that they know that they're causing you immense pain.
yeah, they don't know that, but usually the bigger ones like that can hurt you the most will kind of leave after one bite. It's the bull sharks that want to
Yeah,
come back. They're the ones that are like
yeah,
the little hellions of the little
right,
renegades of the ocean.
right.
They're the ones
So,
that would be in the bad part. They would be in the bad gang.
I would wanna get taken out by a slasher in a slasher movie. Yeah,
Me too. Um, well,
final answer.
this was fun. I'm really ready to kind
Yep,
of get into this because
let's
it
do
is
it.
real close to us. So why don't we go ahead and get into your clip kill? Go, brought to you by paint. If you want something to cover up some blemishes or you just want to paint smart, grab some colorful paint. And now, Andy's clip kill. Oh, no, notes.
Pew,
I
pew,
wasn't
pew. I
prepared.
don't have music for this, but the Cliff Kill Notes, a brief summary of the movie so you can follow along with us. This one, directed by Stephen Tromontana. Tromontana. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Have you ever wondered how all those birthday pinatas feel? They exist only to be brutally beaten until their candied insides spill out all over the ground to the delight of the children at the birthday party. Well, one day, a possessed pinata at the party store is fed up with this brutality. The party favor springs to life and goes on a murderous killing spree. Can Lindsay and her friends at their house party stop the killer pinata before it tears them all to pieces? That's it. Yeah, that's the premise of this movie. You're faking. I can't hear you. You're faking it. Are you muted? There you go. Wait. No, I still can't hear you.
All right. Um,
Now you're back.
so, you know, you will find out if Lori and her friends make it. So
Lindsay.
that's the good news.
Lindsay.
That's really good news. I want everyone to start off, but let's go ahead and get onto it. Again, filmed on an iPhone 13 in
Really?
2000. No, I don't. I mean, there's no lighting. I mean, I don't hate this movie because here's why. I know it was just probably like you and I just came up with this idea for, D's nuts joke or D's nuts documentary. I'm sure like, hey man, like look at Pinata. What if one was killer? Like that's how Discarded came about. Like, lose
I
Christmas
was
tree.
gonna say that. I was gonna point out you had the idea for Christmas trees that are just thrown on the curb after Christmas. What if they came to life and started killing? This is in
But see,
that same general. Yeah.
yeah, but I still would put. I think I would have if because Discarded has been like a really good script for me. But I would really like to, mix that Hallmark Christmas cheese with a slasher, like, and really do it right. I know people have tried it, but I really think I could do it right.
Well,
got to believe in yourself. But we're in Chicago because we get that energetic Chicago. It's B-roll of streets, stores,
yep.
and then we need a stereotypical 1970s pimp who walked. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I just called her Aunt Judy. Does she have a name?
She's credited as the shopkeeper.
Okay, but I call
Yeah.
her Aunt Judy.
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
She
She's
walks into
yeah,
but,
walks
I
into the
mean, the
party store.
shopkeeper, she's a, older Carmen Sandiego, like an older Latina lady. She walks into
Right.
her store, it looks like it's been robbed, doesn't it, Andy?
Yeah, I think she's kinda looking around because she can't find anybody at the store.
She's
Not
looking
really
for
sure what's
someone
going
named
on.
Lori.
Yeah. She's got, like, there's an ominous feeling here in this scene, and she ends up finding Lori on the floor with a big gash in her head, dead, and there's a rainbow classic donkey piñata on the floor also next to the body, and at the body had written in blood the letters P-I-N, like she was
Well,
trying to
she tried
spell out piñata.
to Yeah, which is great because this store that, Aunt Judy, shopkeeper, was walking in was a store, like a party store where you can buy balloons, piñatas, birthday ca like, all kinds. It's a party store. You need
Right,
some cups for, your party? Go to this store.
right,
But Lori is dead. She's, warning everyone that a piñata it's kind of like the shopkeeper knows, opening title card.
right.
And I will say this, the blood the as we meet the cast and crew of this movie, the visual stays on a piñata that's just dripping blood from it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, you mean the credits. Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that visual was really cool, and I just love how this shopkeeper knows that
Yes.
the piñata is evil. She just somehow automatically knows what's up, which is great. We don't have to discover that this is some sort of weird possessed piñata. This shopkeeper really. Oh, and we should mention, Nick, she's got a hook for a hand. Her one
Yeah.
hand is a
Thank you.
hook.
I
Yeah,
can't
that's pretty key.
is it though? Is
Well,
it? I
it's
mean, she
important to
never
recognize that she has a hook for a hand. Yeah, it's
because
comes into
here's my
play.
point, if I don't know why, like, there's no reason, like, she never comes back to a backstory like, "This piñata once ate my" like, that would be a great story, but we never heard that.
That's
You
true.
know what I
Maybe
mean?
it was bitten
Like,
off by a shark. Yeah.
yeah, she could have been like, "I was up in Canada, and I was, at a pool party, and
There you
someone
go.
brought out a Ouija board." Like,
Ouija shark sequel, Killer Piñata. Um,
I wanna jump
yeah.
into this real quick too, because I know I'll bring it up sometime, but why not now? They were trying to go for a because they did have if you watch the very end, like, it leaves you questioning, there's gonna be a Piñata 2, and I saw, like, some casting calls and, like, I saw some stuff go up in Chicago about trying to cast for this, so this was a while ago, so I think it probably fell through, production never got put off, but they were in the mix for making a Killer Piñata 2.
Oh, my guy, there is one. Um,
It came
it
out?
is same director, Stephen Tramontana, 2022, 1 hour, 54 minutes. Bride of the Killer Piñata. Yeah.
Well, I mean, then what we have to do then.
It's available on Fossum, Tubi, and Amazon Prime. A sequel to the horror comedy beloved by hundreds. 10 years after finally defeating the Killer Piñata, Lindsay Goodman finds herself struggling with domestic life in the suburbs. When a new Piñata arrives looking for help, the Killer Piñata wakes, mentoring her in its murderous ways and raining hell down in the suburbs with her family in the crosshairs. I'm not going to, yeah, there's more to it, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But there you
What
go.
what are
It's
1
available.
hour, 54 minutes. What the fuck, dude? Come on. 1
Almost,
hour,
almost.
almost 2 hours for bring it back. I mean, there is no storyline for this that calls that. This movie could have gotten off well, hour, 10 minutes. Like, come on.
I
Anyway,
might, yeah. Well, spoilers. The character Lindsay survives this movie. We're spoil that much because she's in the sequel. I am probably going to try to watch that at some point. But
no, I mean, I will too, but,
we're covering part one today.
um so, we get a once with the title card's over, we get 1 week later, and we're back at that same party store. A
Yes,
gentleman, Mr. Goodman, walks in, he's looking for a piñata. He wants, like, just the most popular piñata, and I feel like that's the last thing I would ask, like, "What's your most popular" like, just grab a piñata, they're all the same. Are there popular
that's true.
piñatas? Like, maybe if there was a
You know,
SpongeBob piñata, that might be popular?
he does he does mention, like, do you have like a classic donkey? Because when you think of piñata, there's the classic donkey shape is or is it a llama? Whatever people think of is like the classic generic piñata. It's that type of animal.
I always think of an octopus.
Why do you think of an octopus?
That was a piñata, like, every party I went to, it was usually an octopus or
Really?
yeah, or a like a fairy or like like, I mean, like a
Hmm.
pixie, like a and
I
sometimes
always think of
mosquitoes,
the donkey.
sometimes mosquitoes or grasshoppers too, grasshoppers.
Huh.
Or
Well, he wants to buy, well, apparently he doesn't know which one to get, and his wife wants him to get, like, a specific certain one, I guess, and he buys 3. He buys 3
oh,
different piñatas, including one that's got a sign on it that says, "Do not sell." Sell spelled Cell,
yeah,
and he
why do you
gives
think
the
that is, like, that I guess showing some bad
here's the
education.
deal. That's the old lady shopkeeper who knows that it's a possessed dangerous piñata. For some reason, she still puts it up front near the cash register with a sign that says "Do not sell." Why not just
That
throw it in the back room?
yeah, and learn how to spell. Like, just
Yeah.
I mean, that
I
spell
mean,
so like, I don't know, like jail
I'll
cell.
forgive the spelling error because English probably isn't her first language. I'll forgive that.
Oh, that's a
That's
good
just
point.
funny. Do not
That's a
sell.
good
It's
point.
just it's kind of a gag. But my point is, if you don't want to sell it, don't put it up front because Mr. Goodman bribes the guy with an extra $20. Says, "I want that one," and Juan, the store clerk, sells it to him.
Yeah,
So,
because he's just thinking, Andy, like, it's for my son Luke. It's for his birthday. I'll let him pick which one uh he picks. So, because when he gets back to the house, we meet his daughter Lindsay, who you mentioned, her friend
yep,
Rosetta, and
yep,
his wife. And did I see a little wink wink from Rosetta to Mr. Goodman? She was like, "What up, Mr.
yeah,
Goodman?"
that's
He's
true.
like,
It's funny because Rosetta, her name is Rosetta Stone, first of all, which is hilarious. Like
yeah,
the language
language.
learning software, Rosetta Stone. And yeah, Mr. Goodman and the wife's like, "Why did you buy 3 of these?" And he's like, "You weren't answering your phone, and I didn't know which one you wanted." And she's like, "I just told you to get a good piñata." Anyway, and that's when Rosetta's like, "I think they're great, Mr. Goodman." Well,
Yeah,
fluttery,
and I mean,
fluttery
of
eyes.
course.
you
Yeah, and
know,
he's like,
yeah.
obviously, he wants to be in it to win it. He's like, "What's going on?" And so, like, even Lindsay's like, "Quit trying to hit on my dad," like, "This is kinda weird."
Yeah.
So, um,
Rosetta is boy crazy. We need to point
yeah,
that out. Rosetta is
likes
a
to
little
be
boy
engaged in
crazy.
sexual behaviors. Because
Yeah.
we do get a mention of, "Hey, Lindsay, are you going to tomorrow, are you leaving for the Wisconsin Dells with your
How
family
cool
to
is
stay
that?
with?"
Family's going to the
So,
Dells.
if people don't know what Wisconsin Dells are, it's like, how would you describe the Wisconsin Dells? Myrtle
Uh,
Beach of the
yeah,
Midwest. I
yeah.
really
Or Wisconsin's Branson, Missouri.
yes, not Vegas.
No,
I'm trying to
it's
think of
not.
stuff like it's
Yeah,
Branson or Myrtle Beach. It's like where
yeah,
cheesy stuff is.
yeah.
You can find it's just where everyone from Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, like
There
the part
are a
what I
lot
did
of.
find out about the Wisconsin Dells, it is the
Yeah,
home of the most water parks in one area.
yes. I was about to say there's a lot of water parks there, including America's largest water park, Noah's Ark.
Yep,
Um, so it's a big tourist attraction in Wisconsin, and it's kind of in
north of Madison.
what would you like western, yeah, like central western ish Wisconsin. You're
Yeah,
right, very popular destination for anybody coming up from Chicago, like the
so
folks in our movie.
yeah, so Lindsay doesn't wanna go because she wants to have a party with her friend Rosetta and 2 boys named, Scott Chad, who, we will
Scott
meet.
is Scott, of course, is Lindsay's sort of on again, off again boyfriend. Right now, they're kind of off because Lindsay's going through some things, trying to figure out some stuff. Rosetta refers to it as a dick break, but she's like, "I'm not on a dick break. Stop." Nah. But in one scene, I don't remember if it's here, it doesn't matter. At one scene, Rosetta kind of turns her back and Lindsay checks out her ass. So Lindsay is questioning her own sexuality.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see that? She checked out her friend. She sort of checked out her friend's ass. I think Lindsay's kind of into girls.
2? Yeah, that's cool. She could, definitely that's cool. Well, good for her,
And it's
I
part of the
mean,
reason why she's probably got Scott at arm's length right now. She's just trying to figure out things, maybe. So in any
Yeah.
case, and
She's
Scott's
an
bringing
amazing
Chad over.
amazing woman and an amazing sister to Luke, so, but
Yep.
I really skipped over there's a interesting part with a hobo that kind of walks through the alley. I don't know if
Yeah.
this is for humor's sake, but, getting back to the piñatas, Luke picks his favorite one. Luke does not pick the killer piñata, Andy.
No.
Um, and, like, it's just amazing to think that if what these piñatas do have feelings and that we torment them all for a couple pieces of candy. So Killer
Right.
Piñata watching his buddy get beaten, with a stick, all for a Starburst and a couple Sour Patch Kids. How horrible
Yeah.
of a society are we?
Oh, it's an interesting I think it's an interesting slow motion
Yeah,
scene where they string the piñata up. There's classical music playing, and all the family members are smiling and cheering like "Go, go!" And Luke's hitting the shit out of this piñata. Meanwhile, the killer piñata, which is like a rainbow colored donkey, llama, whatever, looks on. You could tell like it's looking at its friend getting torn to shreds and beaten to shreds while all the humans are cheering. Yay! And you kind of feel, ugh, sad. Like, what if I saw you strung up from a tree and people started hitting you with bats?
yeah, I
I would
wrote
feel
that in my
horrible.
notes, and it's funny, it's so funny you bring that up because, like, this broken piñata in its final breath of life delivers this promise of forgetful sweets that will
Hmm.
truly never bring any joy, just cavities and possible diabetes. And the killer Pinata's looking over a friend who's now dead. And that's when I thought the same thing as well. This movie
The
runs
ca-
deep.
the candy may fill the hole temporarily, but not
Yeah,
the hole in your heart.
exactly. Well said. That's brilliant, my friend. I love it.
It's just
But
a goddamn movie about a sentient pinata. All right,
anyway,
what are we doing here?
the this is the time where Lindsay has to tell her parents that she doesn't want to go to the Dells.
Yeah,
And so dad seems pretty disappointed. But he'll get over it. So then we cut
yeah,
back to the pinata shop
right.
and the lady with the hook for a hand, um, Aunt Judy, the shopkeeper, comes to
Yeah,
check on the clerk. The clerk's kind of like that typical trope, stoner kid, whatever, not
Juan.
really,
Juan.
Juan.
It's her nephew.
Um,
Yeah.
he knows that the owner is like really into like witchcraft, witchery, and he wants to learn more about the evil that walks among us. But she's freaking out, Andy, because she notices that the pinata that she didn't want to be sold
It's gone.
is,
It's
is now
gone.
sold. Yeah.
What happened to that pinata? And Juan's like, oh, I sold it. She's like, who did you sell it to? And he's just like, I can't remember. I sold it on Friday. And she's like, get me every sales receipt. We must
Yeah.
find out who you sold it to.
She's freaking out because this
Yeah.
pinata, as you know, Andy, it's a killer pinata.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hence the name of the movie.
Hence the name of the
Uh,
movie. Yep.
as the
Yep.
parents get ready to leave for the Wisconsin Dells, it's the next day. It's a beautiful day. Lindsay and her dad make up. Um, and
Dad gets it. Dad's like, I understand. You're just getting
yeah,
older, but I kind of like spending time with you as a family. But I was the same way when I was your age, so I get it. Just try to have fun and don't get crazy home alone.
yeah.
He's a good dad, good advice. He recognizes his daughter's an adult, and although she might be having a small party,
He wants to
she's
stay have a
gonna
good time.
be responsible. And he's like, just be responsible and don't do anything stupid. So
She goes back in the house. This is kind of like a rush scene, but if you're doing a second watch, but what she's doing is she's just kind of, where the party was in the backyard of her house. She walking around. She sees the two pinatas. There's one Captain America left, and then there's the killer pinata left.
mhm.
She takes both pinatas and hangs them up at the garage.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Scott and Chad, and Chad is the perfect name for this character because they discuss females in relation, Andy, and Chad has this wonderful approach to dating women. Be an Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joni. What you need to do, just put your dick in her hand. Just sexually assault her with your dick, and she'll love you.
the
All
fact that
great
he's
advice, yeah?
Yeah, the fact that he's comparing this to like characters from Full House, you could be an Uncle Jesse or an Uncle Joey, and a total Uncle Jesse move is to whip your dick out and put it in her hand. I don't think John Stamos ever did that in the show.
I missed that episode.
I mean, I feel like I understand Uncle Jesse was more of the heartthrob, but I don't think he ever went that far. I think he would have frowned upon that behavior. But you're
Yeah,
right. Chad is trying to tell Scott how to just be more assertive with Lindsay because Scott's complaining that they're on a break right now. Whatever.
yeah.
But they're still picking up beer to go hang out. Chad also is like, well, who else is gonna be there? And Scott's like, I guess her friend Rosetta or whatever.
Mm.
So you can
Chad's
see
like,
where
"All
that's
right."
going. But
So,
yeah.
I mean, he's in it to get in that, sexy mix. Just to
Yeah.
cut to a cut to a party, a birthday party in a small park in Chicago.
Yeah.
This it's just really we're seeing as Aunt Judy, our Latina Carmen Sandiego with a hook hand, looking for killer piñatas, yeah?
Yeah, she finds one in this at this birthday party and scares all the other party goers when she whips out her hook hand and shreds it, like beats it to death. But it's not really alive. But you know, she rips apart while everybody's screaming and looking at her, and then she just kind of says, "I'm sorry. Enjoy your party. Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Happy birthday."
It's, we're getting into the evening hours, Andy, and Rosetta pulls up to the house, but she's with her dorky cousin, Martin.
Yeah.
She
Wah,
has to
wah.
bring him he loaned her $400, and he's like, "One day I'm gonna cash in a favor," and I guess this is the favor he wants to cash in on. I don't know why, but I guess he figures it's gonna be a party, but he's like your stereotypical nerd, button-up shirt, khaki pants, yeah,
I have a
and
feeling he doesn't get invited to many parties,
yeah.
and that's probably why he sort of inserted himself here. Yeah.
Rosetta doesn't seem too worried because she's like, once we start pairing off what she tells Lindsay, once we start pairing off with the boys, uh, he'll get the hint,
Yeah.
and move
He'll
on.
probably
But
leave.
Lindsay's like, yo, dude, I'm not getting with Scott.
Right.
Like, I don't know what you think we're gonna
That's
pair up.
and that's the part I think when Rosetta's putting her booze in the freezer, that's when Lindsay kind of looks down at her ass and then looks up like, oh, because Lindsay's like checking out Rosetta because, like I said, she's struggling with her, feelings. Like, how do I want to, who do I want to be with? Really, men, women,
Yeah,
both. What figuring it out.
but Rosetta is a good friend. I like that, she's I also love uh we could just take a break on artwork and speak of the artwork in this house. There's like the
Yeah.
alien titties. Um Like, I really, was inspired, and I was like so I did some research,
Mm.
and, that piece, is actually called Alien Titties, and it was, done by an artist named Scott McGirt, and he, did a whole print of them, and, you can get, Alien Titties if you got your original print, $15,000.
Wow, you almost made me spit out my Dr. Pepper. That's crazy.
Alien Titties. I'm just making all this up as I go,
I
but
know. Yeah, I
okay,
know.
it's still but I mean, I just thought we could take a break and just talk about the wonderful paintings of alien titties.
They're like squiggly human bodies that are naked. You can see a lot of breasts
They're
and
green,
yeah, green and
purple.
purple and red. Lindsay's mom has, and I assume it's Lindsay's mom who decorated the walls of their house. Interesting taste in art. If
It's a
maybe it's Lindsay's
rainbow
dad, I don't know, but yeah,
it's a it's a rainbow of titties.
somebody's got interesting taste in art, and so yeah, Scott and Chad show up to the party. Um, Rosetta is all about that Chad. Like there's instant, you know, kind of chemistry a little bit between the two of them as they walk in, wouldn't you say? Chad's kind of
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
"Hey,"
the
and Rosetta's
line
like, "Hey."
yeah, because the first thing they do, just they find out about piñatas, so they go in, so Rosetta puts the blindfold around Chad, and she goes, "Is it tight enough?" And he looks at her and goes, "We'll find out when I hit it." And I was like, "Damn double
Boom.
entendre." He's
Yeah.
talking about hitting a piñata and probably having sex with her.
They hang up that Captain America pinata, and while they smash it, our killer rainbow pinata is still hanging in the garage listening to it. And the killer pinata, this is the first time we see it actually start to move, come to life. It starts swinging back and forth on its rope. And I think it eventually like turns and chews the rope apart and gets itself free. I didn't know that we were going to see the pinata actually like move.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
realize
like,
that was
it
gonna be in the movie.
it it turns its head, it growls, but it also likes to smell shit. I noticed that there's a couple of different instances where it's smelling shit.
Sure.
I mean, I digress, but,
Well, they
I
get done
mean
smashing the Captain America pinata, and Rosetta tries to get her cousin Marty to go get them more beer. And he does a little like, oh, can Lindsay go with me to help me like carry it? And Rosetta's like, oh no, I didn't know you were a big pussy, Marty. We'll all go. You stay here. And she does this whole thing where she's like, fine, Marty, stay here. The four of us will go since everybody needs to carry the beer. It's kind of a weird dramatic thing, but at the end of the day, it's Rosetta trying to make an excuse for the four of them to ditch Marty. And as they leave, Lindsay says like, why am I leaving a stranger at my house? And Rosetta just says, relax. He's going to be a big baby. Like as soon as we're gone for a while, he's just going to call my aunt to come pick him up. He probably won't even be here when we get back. Foreshadowing.
yeah, exactly. That's the anything to do to get rid of Martin. So he's at the house now, having some chips and dips, but
Yep.
here comes the killer Piñata.
That
Uh,
homeless dude goes back into the backyard.
Hobo.
Remember? The hobo. Is it a hobo? Yeah, he's got like a shopping cart and some stuff, and he meets the killer pinata in the backyard. And he's just
Yeah,
like, hey,
that's right.
man,
Yeah, he asks the Piñata for candy, and the Piñata obliges by farting out candy.
it poops candy. How cool is that?
And he's like, "Wait, do you have any strawberry ones?" And he's like, "Yeah, hold on." And he pumps out some more candies.
And the dude eats
But the
some of it.
saddest part though too is when it's a little montage of the killer Piñata walking around trying to get his little homies to wake up. Captain
Yeah,
America and the other one, he's like, "Secret lover, no
he's so
more."
sad. Sad that his
But
other pinata brethren are dead.
but the candy is poison. Remember this because when the
Yes.
hobo eats the candy, like starts foaming like at the mouth, and he dies.
Dies out in the alley.
Yeah, and
And
so
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, our buddy Martin is in the house wolfing down salt and vinegar potato chips. and I think he hears a knock at the door. It's the killer pinata out and back because when Martin goes to check it out, no one's there. He wanders all the way out into the yard, into the garage. There's no pinata hanging from the rafters of the garage anymore. And that's when Marty hears like a noise back towards the house, and he does this funny little like psych himself up thing, like just go back into the house, Marty. You can do it. You're a brave boy. That's what Mom always says. But instead, we see a noose get thrown over the tree branch and land down around Marty's neck, and he gets pulled up. I think it's all the pinata, like hoisting him up off the ground, hanging him by his neck as if he is a pinata. And the
Yeah,
pinata starts beating the shit out of poor
but
Martin.
is that really I mean, I wanna know, like, at first, as I was watching this, I'm like, "Is he gonna die?" Because it's really just light taps. I mean, a killer Pinata, he has this supernatural strength to lift a human body up that I would say is probably about a 230, 230 pounds, but then as he
Sure.
beats him with the stick, I thought they coulda cut away from the Pinata if he's really hitting him, beat the living shit out of him. It was just like little like this, "Tappy,
Taps.
tappy," but
Well, it's
he
hard
does die
enough.
because yeah, he does, he does die. Let's just we
Does his
spoiled it here.
is
He
his
dies.
tongue like there's a big red piece of something that falls down on the ground. Feel like it's his tongue, maybe. I don't know what it was. Do you remember what I'm
Maybe his
talking about?
maybe his uterus? What's so funny?
Martin had a uterus?
I don't know, you said tongue, I was just gonna guess a uterus.
I don't think Martin had a uterus. I don't know. Say what you will about gender fluidity. I don't think he had a uterus.
Oh, is that something only found in biological females?
Yeah, it is traditionally. Yeah.
I I just made another dumb joke here.
Well,
Yeah, I was just joking. I just want everyone to know that I was just
yeah.
joking.
As the other four get back from their beer run, we can see Martin's body getting shoved into a trash can and the lid getting placed onto the trash can. So the pinata,
It's a strong pinata.
yeah. Yeah. Um well, and when they get back and Martin's not there, of course, Rosetta like looks all over. She's like, "Yeah, see, he left. It's just as I thought." and she discovers the piñata out in the backyard and brings it inside the house.
And that's when, Chad the feminist, wants a donkey show. So
Yeah.
when he doesn't get it, he's like, "What am I getting, a donkey show?" And so when he doesn't get it, he decides to bang it. Like,
He just humps the
yeah,
piñata. Yeah.
yeah, this guy, I mean, like, seriously, I mean, I guess, I mean, if they're,
He's
I mean, if
stupid.
I wanted to see someone die, it was sad, but we
Yeah.
can just cut to some drinking games. They, play Never Have I Ever, and, I think, Andy, this is when we get to conjure up some feelings between Scott and Lindsay, so they need to hash it out, they need to talk about the relationship, so they excuse themselves from Rosetta and Chad, so Scott and Lindsay can, go talk about their feelings.
Yeah. They go to the kitchen where Lindsay's going to grab some more beer. He tries to get her to open up and talk about whatever's bothering her. Um, she's like, I just need to figure some stuff out. You know, the old saying, it's not you, it's me. Well, in this case, it's true. Like, it really is me. And he does the old, like, I'm here for you, whatever you need. And she hugs him and he kind of reaches for like her bra in back. And she's like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? And he goes, you're always telling me to be more assertive. She's like, not like that. And, they decide to go smoke weed and watch a movie in her bedroom because the living room is taken by Chad and Rosetta. So that's what they go do.
he's very, this Chad guy, we cut to Chad, is that he's very sure of himself, he's like, "You have the
They both
opportunity."
are, Nick. They're both
Yeah,
very sure that they're both type A, very assured of themselves. And I think that's why the chemistry catches fire fast here,
yeah.
in just my opinion.
So, she's like, "Well, let's play a game. What toy do you wanna play with?" And sure enough, the first thing he grabs, Nick's personal favorite, nipple clamps. And
Ching,
so,
ching, ching. Got a little ching.
yeah, yeah, I love it when they do have, like, little bells, sometimes instead of getting those crock decorations, I use crock decorations, to put on my nipple clamps.
Mm.
Maybe, hold on real quick. I've had one good idea about this documentary. What about ornamental nipple clamps? Like you could put your favorite school, Andy. Like you could put Marquette, you could put the Marquette logo on your nipple clamps. I could put maybe
Okay.
like a couple keyboards.
Sure. Is that,
Well,
yeah, that
you
could
know,
be fun. I just don't want to get a
what about-
cease and desist from Marquette University, right?
oh yeah, you're right. Anyway, in the bathroom, Rosetta's working those nipple clamps, and she gets turned on by one of Mr. Goodman's shirt. Um, and so some hanky panky's going on. She puts on the shirt and heads back to visit Chad. And I wrote in my notes, "Can we still talk about the nipple clamps?" But I bet Andy will want to get back to the movie, so we'll get back to the movie.
That's fine. We can always revisit the nipple clamps later.
Hey, if we had a
Um,
if we had a Patreon, we could say, "Hey, join our nipple clamps discussion for $5 after just donate $5 and you can hear us talk about nipple clamps."
well, if anybody would like us to set something up like that, just email the podcast /you podcast at gmail.com and we'll discuss we'll talk about some things we could discuss on a Patreon page if that's something people would be interested in.
People might be interested in nipple clamps. Okay, go ahead.
We get a
So back,
POV of the
yeah,
piñata
yeah.
waking up in the living room. It's a POV, right? Of the piñata starting to sort of stalk the house now, while Rosetta and Chad are in the spare bedroom, pretty much starting to go at it. Lindsay and Scott are in her bedroom watching a movie, smoking weed. And that is kind of yeah, where the piñata, I think, stalks our sexy time couple first,
Yeah,
right?
because it gets under the covers, and I started thinking, like, they're both going, "Ooh, how are you doing that?" Like, both parties, Rosetta and Chad, are like, "Oh, that feels good." So I started thinking, like, maybe the paper mache is, like, tickling their genitalia, like, both of their genitalia?
Maybe. Didn't Chad say something like, "Wait, how are you doing that?" or something?
Yeah. They
And that's
jump
when,
up from, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
she's like, "Something's in the bed." Rosetta's like, "Something's in the bed," and they jump up. Yep, and that's
And
where the
that's
piñata
when
is
the
there.
killer Piñata jumps right at and rips the nipple clamps off of him, smacks him across the face with said nipple clamps. Um, the terror is real. The killer Pinata poops poison candy into Chad's mouth. While Rosetta doesn't scream, I mean, I feel like you could be like, "Ah!" And like
Yeah,
I could scream really loud right now, and Jody downstairs would hear me and go, "Nick's in trouble."
what's going on, right, right.
Yeah,
But
something's going
maybe
on.
yeah, but I think maybe Scott and Lindsay just thought she's just screaming in the it's the old classic,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
man, they're really having a lot of sex over there because listen to her scream." I mean, we've seen this in so many movies where somebody in some other room is getting their head ripped off.
Yeah, they're like, "Wow, they're really
They're
getting it
screaming,
on."
"Oh, wow." Somebody in the other room screaming, "Help! Oh my god, fucking help!"
"He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah, they're having
decapitate me!" Wow, they're
"He's
really
gonna
into
kill
sneaky
me!"
stuff. Yeah, they're
Right,
really into
right.
sneaky. Yeah, I hope
Yep,
that I've had sex, obviously, and I've never, like, had it to where I feel like someone would go like, "Hey, he sounds like he's in a slasher movie." I never been like, "Kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me.
right,
I don't wanna
right.
die, I don't wanna die, I don't wanna die." But
Yeah,
anyway, there's a
if I
drawn up
heard that, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, man, they're really intimate lovers together." I'd be like, "Is everything okay in there, guy?"
"No, Andy, please come help." "Okay, I was just checking. You
Just
guys are
making sure you got
crazy."
yeah, wow, they're really going at it.
"Andy,
So,
seriously, no, I need help." "Okay, I get it, I'll leave."
in this part's weird for me though, Nick, because it seems like the killer piñata can sort of control the candy that it poops out somehow. Are you still with me? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
laughing. Because I'm thinking about it because, yeah, it can control bodies and control the candy. I don't know what's going on. I just wrote that there's a drawn out puke scene, and it's like a really elongated like, this is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah. Slow mo
But
with Chad puking and then
yeah.
Rosetta like slipping in the puke while she tries to escape. But Chad falls down on the floor and this green like greenish blue
Yes.
ooze oozes out of his mouth and he ends up sort of coming to life and the piñata jumps on his back and is sort of like puppeteering him
Like a
through the
zombie
house.
servant.
Yeah, and Chad's walking through the house like being puppeteered and the piñata essentially uses Chad's body to kill Rosetta, right?
Well, that's what I mean, because then Lindsay's like, "I'm gonna go check on our friends," and so she
Yeah,
goes to check on and there's I don't know what you call them. There's zombie Chad
Chad.
controlled by a piñata, and she's like, "Is everything okay?" Does the piñata makes Chad nod his head. He makes it sound like he's smacking that ass, so she's like, "Okay, I get it, I get it." But I guess it's dark, Lindsay's high,
Yep,
and, so she believes everything is alright, and there's not a killer piñata running the show at her house, you know?
I guess, yeah. And the piñata, I think, eventually sort of just leaves Chad's body to be dead. Like, so you have Rosetta and Chad's dead bodies in the living room,
Yeah,
and now it's got to make a play for Scott and
and Lindsay.
Lindsay. Yeah,
Back at the piñata store, Aunt Judy, with a hook for her hand, she's trying to lay out a plan for this killer piñata. She needs to find this killer piñata, thinks she knows where it is, but, and this is where I wrote the notes too that we brought up in the very beginning of the podcast. What are your thoughts in regards to the hook for the hand? Like, I mean, it's just, I guess, a fun take. I mean, it doesn't have a backstory. It would be cool. Did killer piñata once took my hand, and
yeah.
I'm here, you know?
She worked in the
Um,
same piñata factory where the guy died. We
yeah,
learned the
we'll talk.
backstory of the piñata
We learned the
later. Yeah.
backstory, we'll get to, yeah, I wrote all that down, but, we're
Hang on, I
back at
gotta shut
Lindsay's
this
house.
door. Keep
Yeah,
going.
is
I
there
gotta
music
shut my
playing?
door.
Is there music playing?
Yes.
Um, we cut back to Lindsay's house, the night has moved on, the cannabis, I think, has gotten the best of her, Andy, she has dozed off
Yes.
next to Scott, who takes her hand and puts it on his dick. Nice. Nice,
That
Scott.
was I didn't like that, and I'll tell you,
I don't need it.
yeah. Let's dissect this a little bit. You're right. She kind of passes out, and he does what Chad told him to do. We don't see it actually; it's off screen, but you could tell he's unzipping his pants and just grabbing her hand and putting it around his penis and starting to like, you know, jack himself off with her hand, which which is sexual assault. And
100%, that's what I wrote in my notes, it's 100% a sexual assault. I wanna see
yeah,
Scott dead. So,
and so she wakes up and is like, "What the fuck?" Rightly so, and he's just like, you know, I'm trying to be more assertive, Uncle Jesse.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Right on. So this
Not cool.
is kind of a drawn out scene. Lindsay uh wants to go look for a friend. They call for Rosetta. The lights suddenly go out. She steps in some blue goo.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, the lights are out. We have to go check the fuse box. So Scott, why don't you go down?
Is
Um,
his lighter, his little lighter.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't really get anything to work. Scott wants to call the cop, but Lindsay knows that's a dumb idea because what are they going to say? Like, I have a couple friends missing, can't find them. But ultimately, the lights come back on. And I think it's Scott is the first one to come back upstairs and see Rosetta dead on the floor. Then Lindsay follows. And of course, they're starting to realize um, they're in trouble.
Something. Yeah. I don't remember what happened.
Oh, because no, because no, I get it because this movie, I mean, you probably got so many thoughts on the texture and the cinematography that overlap
Right.
the kind of connection between both noir and acid grunge films. But I get it. Anyway,
Random
this is
words
what
coming out of your mouth.
who guess who's at the door? It's Aunt Judy with a hook for a hand.
Yes.
He's like, like take me to the pinata. I need to send
Yes.
the curse back. You know,
Yes.
um,
They obviously don't believe her. Like, who the fuck is
yeah,
this
she
crazy
asserts
lady
he's not a
going on and
maniac.
on? Yeah.
The maniac is a piñata, is the most deadly of all piñatas, this maniac, and here's, there was once a man, he worked in and I love how they do the animation. It's animated, I love when films do this, so big props to kill it, but the backstory is done animation, and I even wrote, "I like this shit." This man worked at a piñata factory. He was very unpopular. His coworkers made fun of him for some reason. He was constantly ridiculed. One
Right.
night, his colleagues played a cruel trick on him. They dangled him over the piñata shredder, and he fell in. An
Mm.
industrial shredder, and his blood and his spirit seeped into the materials of the piñatas he once made. Hence, he became the donkey killer piñata. So this man who was ridiculed his whole life is now seeking revenge, probably because he sees people hurt his piñatas. I don't know.
I do like the
Um,
animation of the blood seeping out of the grinder and sort of turning into transitioning from blood into like a
yeah,
little strip of paper mache that winds up in the piñata or part of the piñata. I did like that part of the animation. I thought that was really cool.
it was cool, and it's almost like that, Deep Blue Sea, that moment, with Samuel L. Jackson. He's like, "We're gonna fight this motherfucking shark," and he said, same thing happens here. This lady's like, "I'm gonna get this piñata. Now you know the story. Take me to it." Ultimately, she's
All of a
stabbed.
sudden,
Yeah, a stick. That piñata
yeah.
stick is gutted through her. Well, she died. So that's it for
Womp womp.
the Aunt Judy lady with the hook in her hand. Then the piñata attacks Lindsay and has, it's like
It
Scott's able to get her off.
yeah, it's
Um,
got like crazy strength. Doesn't it like
yeah,
bounce between the two of them and they're fighting it off like sort of thing and they end up shoving it? Doesn't Scott like grab it and throw it across the room and they're
yeah,
able
he's
to like
able to throw it. That
escape?
happens twice, yeah.
Yeah. Um
Um,
but
but
we
Scott wants
then
to get Lindsay to a hospital
yeah,
because the piñata has left bite marks, but
bit her
she wants to,
arm. Yeah.
yeah, totally, and she's bleeding pretty bad. Um, but she realizes that this cops will blame them if they call the cops because
Right.
who's gonna believe cops? There's a killer piñata on the loose.
Right. We have dead bodies. We're both stoned. Like, who's going to believe that a pinata killed all these people? Not
Yeah, and
us, you
Scott's
know?
like, "Yeah, let's go hide the bodies. The police will never believe it that a killer piñata did this, so, like, let's become criminals." So,
Yeah. That's his
I'm
plan.
thinking of
What a stupid
because
plan.
is this an ambiguous timeline? Because there were no cell phones in this movie, yeah?
No, you're right. And you're right. I think that's, yeah, it's like an evergreen type
Because
deal.
yeah, because this is when, like, they won't believe us, let's videotape it. I feel like
Sure.
if, if you get enough video of this piñata, but then I guess they would just think it was AI.
I feel like they missed an opportunity too with the shopkeeper, old lady, who could have said, like, I know all this because I also worked in the pinata factory and I lost my hand in the shredder or something. Could have been
They
her
could have done,
batch.
yeah, this is a quick backstory with one line could have solved why does she have a hook for her hand? Because I know other people, the hundreds of people that have watched this movie have thought the same thing. Like, why does she have a hook for her hand? It could have been like,
Right.
"She's put a piñata got me too."
It's
Oh,
yes. And so um
the
this is
montage?
where yeah, this is because we can't call the police. We got to stop this pinata on our own. We need weapons. Let's fucking make some
They make, yeah,
montage.
but it's cheesy. It's they make,
It's
don't they make
stupid.
them AK-47 out of wood? They make
Yeah, he's
bow and
like
arrow.
it's so dumb. Yeah, he's what is he like whittling something and next thing you know he picks it up and it's a shotgun. And, and I think Lindsay is like using like some strips of wood and some string, and she goes like this at one point, and then she does a little bit more nailing, and then she picks it up, and it's a full on compound bow and arrow. Like she
Yeah,
just makes it. So they make these awesome weapons out of
and, they
nowhere.
make amends. They're like, "Hey, if I'm gonna die next to someone, I'm glad it's you." And,
Yep.
Scott's like, "I'll never stop caring for you." Blah blah blah.
Lindsay's like,
Meanwhile, the
I like bubes, and Scott's like, well, why didn't you just say so? As long as I
well,
can
he does ask
coach
her.
you,
He's like, he even
long as I
says
get all
like,
the details.
yeah, I mean, in that creepy way, like he's like, "Hey, if that's it, that's cool." Like, what a
Yeah.
weird thing. Like, I think that's still so weird. And it's like, yeah, but I feel like that's like most of the people that don't like the LGBTQI plus community. They're like, "Oh, homosexuality is weird to me, except when it's two women." It's like, yeah, then that's what you like, Pastor Ron.
It's
So
it's interesting to me the people who think it's a choice, like you're choosing to like men, other men, or like other women. Well, then that implies that heterosexuality would also be a choice. So, whereas
yeah.
it's not, it's just the way you are. So,
It's crazy, yeah, but that's the
anyway,
see, Patreon, come see how me and Andy,
yeah.
make fun of GOP men.
I
Um,
got to tell you though, the weapon montage thing was probably the most entertaining part for me, just because of how funny and silly it was that he's like making a weapon and comes up with an awesome shotgun, and she's making a weapon and comes up with a full on compound bow. I was like, that's kind of funny, even though it's far fetched and ridiculous.
my favorite part is the animation.
But yeah, well, that's an awesome part too. And I say it's far fetched and ridiculous when the movie's called Killer Piñata about a pinata that comes to life and murders people. So it's already
Yeah.
pretty far fetched and ridiculous. Why not? So,
This is really drawn out, like, the last of the movie really gets drawn out. That's the thing what I'm saying, Andy, I'll say it again, like, this does not need to be an hour and a half. I guarantee you that the sequel does not need to be an hour and 54 minutes.
right.
So, it's just, Scott is the first to meet up with the piñata. It's grabbed an arrow, and the piñata throws the arrow, and it goes right through Lindsay's leg. Holy cow, and then the killer
Ouch.
piña killer piñata attacks Scott, sniffing him. This is why I don't understand the sniffing part because, maybe he doesn't smell good because the piñata puts all its attention back on Lindsay.
It's
Scott
supposed to be like
again.
Alien. It's supposed to be like Aliens, where the aliens like right up
Oh,
against
yeah,
Sigourney Weaver, sniffing
like
her.
alien titties. Scott is able to grab it again and throw it across the room. He takes Lindsay to safety. Um, but, the this is a weird scene. The he's trying to help Lindsay, but as he's doing this, the piñata attacks his nether regions, his, penis area, if you will,
Yeah,
and
and
begins to suck his
suck on it,
pee-pee.
and he likes it. And he turns around to Lindsay and he goes, "Finally!"
Yeah,
He gives a thumbs up, like finally, because he just
and
wanted a BJ, I guess. But as what usually happens with those sorts of things, the pinata bites down and
I guess that's
rips
my dick
off.
suck here.
Yeah, there you go. It spits
That could be
out the
both
tip
of
of
ours.
Scott's spits out
And
the tip of Scott's pee pee.
how much blood comes out of his penis? Holy shit, like, that's a Mythbusters. If you cut your
Well,
penis.
it's enough to kill him, right? Scott falls dead on the
Oh,
floor.
yeah, but I don't think he would die
Yeah, but you'd want to.
because you remember the famous guy from Virginia whose wife cut off his pee-pee and they found it.
Yeah,
He went on to make a porno movie,
John Bobbitt
because of this
and
thing.
Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John William Bobbitt, thank you.
yeah. I
Um,
just feel well,
but
like if I got mine cut off, I would probably want to lose my life. Like, what's the point of living without
really?
my weenus?
There's so much more to life than just your weenus.
Really?
friendship. Yeah.
I don't know,
I
man.
mean
It's pretty important.
I mean, for peeing and probably some sexy time stuff, but I don't think I'd
Yeah.
want if I didn't have my weenus, I wouldn't wanna I have a great life, like, hey, why don't you let us know in the comments if you lost your genitalia, be it female biological genitalia or male
Mhm.
biological, would you wanna lose your life? Um, so I mean, now Scott's dead. He lays next to
Yeah.
his penis.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just
it's
Lindsay.
I guess that's the way he wanted to die though.
I
Uh,
suppose, yeah. He went out doing what he loved, getting a yum yum, and
yeah.
that's that. So Lindsay's all that's left. I think we realized too that this is just a paper mache pinata. We got to be able to bash it apart like any other pinata. So we just need to get the drop on it, or get. And Lindsay just needs to get it and kill it, right?
And that's what she does. She starts taking on that like final girl, like, you know, hey, Mr. Pinata, nothing but paper and glue, little man.
Yep. She starts calling him tiny. Is he hiding? Wasn't he hiding in the garage? And she's trying to coax it to come out and attack her.
Is that
And she's
were
like,
you
"You're
making
small." That was me making
yeah.
muscles. And this
Oh
is when
yeah.
Lindsay's getting all revved up and psyched up. And she just starts doing her taunting the pinata. You're small. You're pathetic. You're
It's
nothing
crazy.
but a pinata. Yeah.
And then fight. They fight. The
But
pinata is able to grab her ear, rip it off, forever deformed because of the way she treated uh hurt souls that provided candy.
yeah.
Um She beats the pinata with the hammers, able to retrieve the beating heart that's inside within this paper mache candy holder, and she takes a bite of the heart and laughs.
And laughs. Yeah.
Did she have to eat the heart? I'm asking for a friend. What made her what possessed her to go, "I better take a bite out of this motherfucker,"
Most
because it's in a
likely,
pinata?
no, I think it's most likely the director of the movie who said, "I want you to do this
Maybe, you're
because
right, probably for shock
it'll be
value.
funny." Yeah, it'll be
Um,
funny. It's a black, obviously the black corrupted heart, and she, didn't Native Americans and other cultures like eat the hearts of their kill to gain the
Oh,
strength?
yeah, people do that here with deer and, like,
Yeah,
whatever they kill, yeah, it's, like,
it's like
kind
a
of a way to
thing,
"You give me life to bring" I
right?
don't know, but it did not feel that way of, like, being, like, ceremonial, culturally active,
No,
like, I
it's
just
real
kinda
silly.
yeah, but it's the next day, and was they only went to the Dells for one night? I mean,
That's the
didn't they?
weird part. Yeah, mom and dad come back the next day. Like, really? I thought you were going for like a whole weekend or something.
Yeah, I mean, at least stay a couple of days, I mean, the Dells has a lot to offer. I could
And from
never imagine
Chicago to the Dells, that's like a solid 3 hour drive. Like,
Yeah, I
why are
mean,
you
probably
just
more
going for the
yeah, I
day?
mean, maybe a little over 3 hours, you're going just for a night.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're back, and,
Yeah.
they confront Lindsay, they're disappointed because, they see her covered in blood,
Yep.
and
The house is trash. There's dead bodies in the living room.
they take it like it's cool. Mom is like, "We'll just toss the bodies in the Chicago River, we'll burn all their clothes." I hope you've learned a lesson, Lindsay. It's like, "What?
Mom,
What?
mom clearly has mafia ties. I think this is not mom's first rodeo getting rid of bodies. I definitely had the vibe that mom at some point maybe worked for someone named Tony and is well aware of how to dispose. Meanwhile, dad's just kind of like looking on, like, huh? What? What did you say?
No,
Are these people dead?
he's looking on getting turned on by Rosetta's dead body." That's what I wrote.
Oh, because
He's, like,
she's
looking at
scant. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and he's, like, looking at her like and I'm like, "Come on, dude." Luke discovers the candy on the floor.
Uh
Luke, the little
oh.
brother, remember?
Yep.
And he picks up one of the pieces, and he's bringing it to his mouth.
Eats it.
Roll credits. Does
Roll
he eat it?
credits. I think he pops it in his mouth.
I didn't
I
see
don't
him
know if he
popping it. I
swallows
think
it or not, but yeah,
stop
roll
that.
credits.
The possibility of a killer pinata too, because at the very end of the credits, the pinata, like much like the movie Christine, love you as no, but that's my favorite movie. He puts the body starts coming back together and forms because it was all ripped to shred, comes back together to form on a level. And so, Andy, on a scale of one pinata penis to four pinata penises. Oh wait,
I'm
and
gonna
wait.
okay.
These pinata penises are filled with delicious chocolates. Delicious chocolates. On a scale of 1
Giving
to
you a
4.
chance for anything else. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say, uh,
Weird.
us 1 to 4. It's for me. It's 2.5, leaning towards 3, because it's not great, but I like the silly montage. I like the biting off of the dick. I think, like, I don't know, there's some funny shit in there that's just
Yeah, I'm
ridiculous. And for a movie called Killer Piñata, it's got to be ridiculous.
yeah. I give it a solid 2 just because I think they were having fun with it. Some of the storyline I mean, again, I think it all is within the writing, like, people put together this great idea, like, "Okay, let's make it good," let's make it
Yeah,
fun, but,
yeah.
you feel like with a production like that, but I'm just curious to find out more, but, great, so I think we have a pretty easy, kill count.
Oh yeah, the kill count.
I
Hang
could
on
do it
just a
real
sec. No, no, I have it. Sorry, my bad.
It's,
Uh,
we know it's Martin.
Hang on. Somebody. Yep. So the shop employee at the beginning of the movie with the old lady,
Lori.
hook
Lori.
hand, found her, and we saw a dead body on the floor. We didn't see her get killed, but body
Yeah.
discovery is always part of it here at SlashU. That's our first on-screen death or dead body. The hobo guy with the shopping
Oh,
cart
yeah!
ate some poison candy that the pinata pooped out and passed out dead in the alley. Marty or Martin, our nerdy stereotype nerdy guy, followed by Rosetta and Chad, who kind of got killed around the same time. Chad first was zombified, and his puppeted body killed Rosetta. The shopkeeper lady, like you said, Deep Blue Sea style. She's like, "I'm going to kill this animal," and blah, stabbed through the
Yeah.
heart. And then Scott getting a knob knob, like, finally, yes. And then the pinata bites off his dick and he bleeds to death. And I didn't count the pinata. I mean, at first I was gonna, but like you said, it reforms and we know there's a sequel. So
Yeah, he comes
one,
back.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 deaths, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
not bad. Not
I'm
bad.
excited
So
for, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into it. I'm excited for
yeah.
next week because we're watching a movie that's got, I think, some really fun kills.
This one is kind of a reschedule. I mean, next week, obviously, with Mother's Day, we would normally try to do a Mother's Day style movie, but that's all right. We're not doing that this year. This is something that we had planned to do about a month or two ago. And because of some schedule conflicts, we had to move it. We're going to be interviewing the writer director of New Fear's Eve from 2025,
Yeah.
1 hour, 34 minutes. We'll cover the movie, do what we usually do, probably a little abbreviated where we go through it. And we're going to talk to PJ Starks and have him discuss it with us along with other, cheesy, campy slasher movie stuff.
I know he's very interested in seeing what our favorite kill he asked me online, like, when we were emailing back and forth, I said, "I wanna save it for the podcast," and he's like, I figured you would."
Oh.
So,
The movie follows three best friends who involuntarily prepare for Hooper Industries' annual New Year's Eve party, which turns deadly when a murderer sets his sights on them. So it's kind of a New Year's theme, which is cool. We're going to be covering that,
yeah,
you
and it's
know.
got our friends Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan in it. Dave Sheridan, of course, is just a gem,
He's
to this
awesome.
community, so I'm excited for it. I'm
New
excited.
Fear's Eve.
Definitely check it out. Be sure to watch this on YouTube because you will get to see, I do expose myself, my chest area, so I think that's exciting for everyone. I'm
Yes.
certainly excited to share with you.
Yes.
Um, and I can't really think of anything else, to be honest with you.
Follow the show, /U_podcast. Leave a review. Leave a 5 stars. It really helps us out. Comment. If you do comment, I'll look it up later and try to share that and shout you out. Tell your friends if you like cheesy, campy slasher movies. Tell your friends about the stuff we cover. And if you ever want to catch up on old SlashU,
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
out there. But we have SlashU held back every Thursday on the
I
SlashU
love
podcast feed.
that was a great idea. I'm gonna give Andy props on that one. That was a
So
fun idea to bring up because we do have some classics from back in the day.
you
But
got
you know what's weird?
your
I feel like it's weird, like, when I go and listen to that because that's like you'll hear me burping a lot and partying because that's when I was drinking too. you know?
Yep. We were pretty funny and a
I'm
little
definitely a more grounded, more mature, more professional, I feel now than I ever was.
100%. 100%. And for
Thank
those of
I
you
really
just
can thank you.
listening, those of you just listening, Nick's got a little action figure with the hand up his nose.
It's little
That's
Nick.
little it's little Nick. He's a
Yeah, you
cute
see his
guy.
yeah,
I see
thanks.
his sleeves is yeah. So well
Ugh,
that's all we
good.
got for this week, everybody. Really hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna bring the music up. Oh, that's cool. And until next time, class dismissed.
5, 4, 3, 2,